Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne Sharp World, where it's time for long-term reviews, round 2, this time featuring some more higher-end knives, and we're going to start off with this guy right here. This is the Varga Knives VBR, produced by Riot. So, I got this guy, well, gosh, I think it was a couple months ago now, maybe a month and a half ago. And it kind of came out of left field for me. Didn't see it coming. I happened to meet the maker, Mark Varga, the designer of the knife, Mark Varga, who makes customs of these. He decided to go the Riot route and asked me if I wanted to check one out. And when I heard it was going to be made by Riot, I was automatically excited. And man, I was not disappointed. Now, there's nothing I don't like about this knife. There really isn't. If you like Hinderer XM18s and you like Riot quality production, you're going to love this knife. And to be totally honest, the ergos on this, I think, are much better than any XM18. I have an XM18. As a matter of fact, I'll pull it out. I have it right here. This is the DLT Trading exclusive XM18. But as you can see, very comparable. The lines on the VBR are a little smoother, and the flipper tab isn't quite as intrusive. When I'm holding this, I'm feeling the bottom of the flipper tab kind of push down on my middle finger. But when it comes to this guy right here, this VBR, that doesn't happen because it doesn't curve down quite as much. So the ergos are better in that regard, and they're also just smoother. This knife it's contoured and smooth everywhere. There's no aggressive edges on this knife outside of the actual cutting edge, which is pretty much a razor because it has that Riot style grind where you have a pretty wicked hollow grind on the belly, and you have that nice, not super thick, but sturdy, durable, slicey tip. Definitely a Tonto style grind, a compound grind. I'm sorry, this is a compound grind, not necessarily a Tonto. It kind of looks like a Tonto, but you don't have that point up here, which is going to make it a lot easier to sharpen this guy without that point. You can just, kind of go one full motion if you have a KME or something like that. But just a fantastic blade, extremely attractive. Love the satin grind lines. I like Mark Varga's maker mark, and love this micarta. Some of the best burlap micarta I've ever seen. Feels great, smooth, but it still has a good amount of tackiness to where you do benefit from the grip of it actually being micarta, and it's just great. Since I've gotten this knife, it's probably my most carried knife. It really is. These are $325, and the good news is they are still available. I'm going to link Mark Varga's email in this website or in this video. Go down, shoot him an email. You can also look him up on Instagram to get actual pictures of this. There's more than just this model or this version. There is burlap micarta, there's green micarta, there's carbon fiber, and then also a full tie version. So 4 really good options. I don't know if they're all still available, but I know some still are. You can see pictures of them, like I said, on his Instagram, and if you want one, you can either direct message him on Instagram or you can shoot him an email. But I would highly recommend this. This is every bit Riot, very smooth on the shut, and if you like just regular flippers, this is one you cannot go wrong with. Just an absolute beauty. And it's also a beast because this blade is made to do some work. This is the VBR by Mark Varga and Riot. Fantastic, fantastic option. Next up, we're going to go a little smaller route, and we're going to go with a Berg. This is the Berg Blades Iron Pup. This is designed by Matt Berg, a knife maker out in Arizona, and it was produced by We Knives coming out of China. And if you know We Knives, you know that, honestly, in my opinion, We and Riot are honestly neck and neck. There are sometimes I think We does a better job. There are sometimes I think Riot does a better job, but they are the two best. So anytime you hear We Knives and Riot, you know you're getting quality and you know you're getting a good knife. And that's just what you have here. A smaller knife, a blade coming in at under 3 inches. I want to say it's like 2.89, something like that. Fantastic design. excellent little hollow grind on this blade here. Kind of thick stock. This is definitely a small knife that's made to last forever. A little on the heavier side, but it is titanium, so I mean, you're not talking copper or brass. There's no milling in here. I would like to see a little milling, but I don't let that affect my overall opinion of this guy because I really do like it that much. I don't plan on ever selling this guy. In all honesty, I'm actually thinking about getting some type of customization done to it, but I absolutely love it. Feels great in my hand. No hot spot with the pocket clip. It does come out there a little, but there's no real points that make it aggressive or poke me. Chamfered pretty well and a nice flat surface to where you don't really feel any type of outstanding uncomfortable pokes or anything like that. So really good ergonomically, and action is no slouch either. Heavier blade, shuts pretty well. You can middle finger flick it. You can thumb flick it just fine, and it's just an excellent little knife. If you like smaller knives and you like premium builds, this is a really good option. This guy is also still available. If you just look up Berg Blades, he has plenty available on his website. This exact model is still available for $285. And I believe there's still some retailers that have various versions of this. Some of them have inlays up here. They have black DLC, stuff like that. Look them up online. Definitely worth checking one out if you like premium knives and smaller packages. This is an excellent one to go. I'd recommend it all day. The Berg Blades Iron Pup. Next up, we have a front flipper, and this one here, this is the drop Gareth Bull Miura. Obviously, the Miura, designed by Gareth Bull and distributed by Drop. I don't know if these are still available from Drop. They're the only place you could get them. I'm almost positive they're out, and it's a shame because this is the smoothest front flipper I own. Smoothest front flipper I've ever experienced, in all honesty, and here's why. Just butter. It's fantastic. Produced by We. So that's kind of all you need to know as far as how it got to be so smooth. But this is just so classy. A great dress knife with the black blade. I can't believe I like a black blade this much. But it really is just excellent. This was, I believe, $225. And you can find these on the secondary market. I think they're going for every bit that much, though, because of availability through the retailer, obviously not really happening anymore. But this is just an excellent piece. I love the blade length coming in at 3.25 inches. I love the handle materials. I like the bronze accents throughout the knife on the liners and clip. Can't say I love that Drop logo on the pivot, but it's not on the show side, so I can get over that. Not being on the show side, I love the show side of this knife. I like where the blade meets the handle. It's just, it doesn't completely flow, but it just has a nice look to it, to where I personally find it very attractive. Like the Gareth Bull logo there in a perfect position. Excellently slicey blade, and just a great overall package. And I'm telling you, that this action, especially, I mean, close and open, they're both butter, but I don't think I've ever felt an action like this on the close before on any knife. And I'm really surprised to say that because I know We does great work, but I still wasn't expecting this good of action. Absolutely love this knife. If you can find it on the secondary market, I would definitely say pick it up if you're okay with the price. Sometimes prices can get stupid. Don't pay some exorbitant crazy amount. Just don't do it. No knife is that great, but this one is really good. The Drop Gareth Bull Miura. Next up, we have another one that is not available right now, but you need to know about this maker because he does runs twice a year, I believe, maybe 3 times a year, at least twice a year. This is the Sharp by Design Evo Typhoon by Brian Nadeau, produced by Riot, and it is amazing. And it is amazing because also it has a very unique detent system. If you look in here, right above my thumb there, that little slab of steel, not this whole thing, but just right up there, right there, that is the detent. This is Brian Nadeau's take on a detent. Very, very different from the rest of the competition, and it makes for a very unique action. When you go to flip it out, it's like a click. And it feels so good. It is so smooth. Riot did an excellent job of manufacturing this for the most part. I did have a little issue with mine to where I had some metal shavings inside around the milled area of the lock bar, but I just simply used my $20-some Swiss Army knife and scraped them out, and I was good to go. I wasn't going to go through the hassle of sending it back to Brian because everything else on this knife was flawless, and it's on the inside. It really doesn't look like, it looks like it was never there now. You can kind of see a little thing if you know what you're looking for, but I don't think anyone does, so it's kind of like it never happened. But just great. Love this micarta. I like green micarta. We see it a lot now in the market. I would like to see some other color micarta, but this is very, very top quality. Love the grain on this. Nice and smooth, but still gives a good grip. Like the pivot, like the finish. There's really nothing on this knife that's disappointing to me. Love the fuller up here. Just an excellent blade. M390 steel. Nothing really to take points off of as far as a long-term opinion. Very, very good. At some point, I'll probably be buying another one. If you pre-order these, you pay a lot less, or well, not a lot less, but a considerable amount less. I think I got this for $325, and then if you wait and try to buy them when they're actually released, which they go fast, you're much, much, much better off to just pre-order them. Then I think they're coming in at $350 or $375 if you don't pre-order them. So you pre-order them, they're I think $325. And it obviously depends on the knife. Sometimes he comes out with the smaller models that may be a little less. Sometimes they're bigger. Sometimes they're this, that, or the other. I don't know. It all varies. But end of the day, you save money by pre-ordering them. So I would highly recommend that. You just have to wait kind of a long time. But that just is what it is. Good things come to those who wait. The Sharp by Design Evo Typhoon is no exception. So look up Brian Nadeau, Sharp by Design, follow him on Instagram, and keep an eye out for his next upcoming round of pre-orders because you won't be disappointed if you do. Next up and last up, a grill knife for me. And this is the Koenig Arius. And I never thought I would spend this much money on a knife, and I may not ever again, I don't know. But I don't regret this one because this was one, you know, when I first started reviewing knives and even getting into pocket knives, I thought a knife of this caliber was insane. $650, $680. No way. It's absolutely insane. I thought it was blasphemy to ask that much for a production knife. But this is not a production knife. Not in my opinion. To me, this is made in-house by Koenig in the USA in Idaho. It feels just, I mean, maybe I shouldn't say this because I've never actually owned or held a custom, but this can't be too far off because it is in every definition, it is just perfect to me. The detent is fantastic. The action is just stupid. I mean, absolutely stupid. The detail of everything, of the CNC milling on the handle to the perfectly bronzed accents, which I absolutely love, to the precision within the cutout for the lock bar, going down to just picking up the little cutout in the pocket clip matching the lock bar here. It's just fantastic. There really isn't anything I would change with this knife. I am gaining more and more of an appreciation for the art and craft that goes into making knives like these, because this is not just a regular production knife, and it does bring me a lot of joy and a lot of appreciation for the time that goes into making something like this. I mean, if you really stop and think about it, the level of thought that goes into a design like this is really through the roof and over the moon. it's just impressive. The milling on the inside, a review recently, I said the milling was Koenig level, and this is what I mean, because it's just milled out everywhere inside, and the attention to every aspect of this knife's detail is just fantastic. The feel is fantastic. I don't regret this one bit. This is probably a knife I'll pass on to either a kid if I'm lucky enough to be a dad. This will probably just be passed down to one of my kids, or passed on to someone special to me whenever my number's up. But just an excellent piece. It really, really is. Absolutely love it. If you ever wanted to go crazy on a knife, like I've said before, the Koenig Arius is the one, in my opinion. It really, really is. I love everything about it. I heard they're making a mini version. I'm already excited about that, and I'm trying to find a way to justify buying it. I'm thinking just making a good review, well, I'm assuming it's going to be a good review, but making a review about it will be enough to give me a reason to buy one. But they're going to be hard to get whenever they do come out. I have no idea when they're going to be released, but when they do, they're going to be insanely hard to get unless they make just an absolute ton of them. But the Koenig Arius is absolutely amazing. It lives up to everything that people hype it up to be. Sorry I'm gushing about this, but I really do like it that much. It really is that incredible. Maybe my all-time favorite knife. It's not the type of knife that makes me just want to stop looking, like I found the one, but this is definitely one of the ones. It's incredible. So that's the Koenig Arius. That's long-term views. Sorry I dragged it out in this Arius, but I get caught up in it every time I look at it. Let me know what you guys think. Which one of these knives attracts you the most? What are some grill knives? I need to do a video on grill knives. Let me know, guys. What grill knives have you always wanted, and maybe someday hope to have? Really interested to hear that. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and until the next one, I'm out.